on Apple?
Yeah.
I just don't see how it doesn't move with the market being up, like with SPY being up the way it is.
Hi everyone. Hi.
How's it going?
Hello, mate.
What's up, mate?
Hello. Hello, governor.
Hello, old boy. How are you?
Hello, Kitoy.
Daddy's got a Porsche. No.
That's fucking creepy.
Why is that?
Kito, you were sitting on your couch yesterday talking to yourself?
Oh, mate, I was going insane. I was sitting here. There's no one around. It's just me sitting on my couch watching the TV. Sitting here going, he sold. Bumpy. Like, all night. I was in the kitchen making a cup of tea just going, bumpy. Dumpy. I was even stopping. I was stopping at certain points and just going and shaking my head at myself, going, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Fucking honestly, I was losing my mind.
I know we all are, dude.
It's just me, but I was just laughing at myself as well. I'm just sitting there. I'm making a cup of tea, standing there, just laughing at myself. So I'll say it again.
I was doing the same thing last night. Kito, my girlfriend looks at me. She's like, "What the fuck do you keep saying?" And then I showed her, and then I showed her that stupid fucking YouTube video. And she's like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah, when you're showing her, she's just got no context whatsoever. She's going, "What the fuck?"
That's what I said. If no one's in the trading world and you show them shit like that, it's hilarious.
Yeah, you go, "Oh look, check this video out. It's really funny," and they'll just look at you and go, "What? That's not funny."
Do we need to get you help?
Kitoy, earlier today,
Yeah.
I said, he
Yeah.
sold? And my daughter walked by. She's like, sold what?
We're fucking taught. This asshole's like making us talk to ourselves, dude. God, I want to punch that guy in his face so bad.
Dude, if you punch that guy in his face, it wouldn't make any difference. It just bounce straight off. Look at that balloon face.
That or he would pop.
It'd be like punching a blancmange.
Is it me or all those people who have all that plastic surgery? They have like a lion face.
Yeah, it looks. Yeah, no, it does
Well,
look
him-
like a lion.
Yeah,
Him
it's the
and
cheekbones,
his,
isn't it? The cheekbones look like the lion as well.
Yeah,
him and his
that's what
brother are both looking like that.
there's that other I don't know her name, but there's somebody else who's got
Did I
all
add
that
to
plastic
RHP?
surgery. She looks like she has a lion face.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. She's like a famous actress, right? Like an older lady.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
forgot to add to RHP. Goddamn. Do it now.
The same plastic surgeryed out face.
Dude, if my account ever hits 7 figures, I'm gonna get a lion's face, no doubt. That's the first thing I'm gonna do. They're gonna go, "You buying a Lambo?" I'm going, "No, I'm having a fucking lion face installed right now."
My stream hears some weird ass shit, and they're probably, if they're new to the stream, they just have no clue what we're talking about. And I think it's hilarious. It's part of the experience.
It's definitely part of the experience.
Well, I guess I sold the top on Boeing.
Dime has an imposter?
Yeah.
That's how you know it's the top.
Yeah, it's the top.
Dime has what? An imposter? What do you mean?
Somebody has a fake account of him on Twitter.
You know, one of those copycat accounts.
Is that when you know you've made it, when someone's copying your account on Twitter?
Yeah, flattery, I guess.
Yes. Yes.
Isul?
Bumpy.
I'm waiting for RHP to get back above this 4-hour pivot or 4-hour auto SR.
What have we gotten you into, Keytoy?
What's that, sorry?
What's funny is Keytoy's not even in voice chat that much, and you guys have already corrupted him.
I said, what have we gotten you into?
Deja gave him
What
the
happened?
phone call today.
Yeah.
What happened to what? What? I can't. I'm missing something here. What?
Yes. Deja Brew sold. He's Deja sold. Pumped it.
They caught me on Starbucks and CVS last close.
He got the call twice in one day.
You got the call from who? About what? I think my internet's playing up.
You'll figure it out,
No.
Keytoy.
Deja sold Starbucks and CVS as soon as he sold them, they fucking skyrocketed. He said.
Bumpy.
Bumpy.
Deja sold the bottom. Bumpy.
Yeah, I made a profit. It just gapped up the next day.
Dude, I would
Well,
pay
you
that
made
guy
me a
to get into
profit anyway.
Discord. I would pay that guy to get into Discord and say that live on fucking Discord. Cease, can you imagine if we had him in here for fucking 10 minutes?
Is he even French? Is he even French? Or is
Does
he
he,
just someone's voice? What is he?
Does he do those cameo
Excuse me.
things? Have you seen those cameo things that like celebrities do?
No.
You can like pay celebrities to like say happy birthday to your friend or something.
Oh, I
Yeah,
would pay him to say it.
You
I
can
wonder
get,
if he knows that meme exists.
He probably does.
Can you imagine?
you can get Chris Hansen to like do a cameo.
Yeah. Well, why
You
is
think
my
that guy knows
Trinity
that
lagging
meme
so bad?
exists?
He must know that meme exists. He must know.
He probably sits on his couch and says it.
My Trinity is lagging like crazy.
He's walking around his house, taking something out of the microwave. Bumpy.
That's
Good.
tasty.
I wonder if when he's out in public, people go up to him and go, "Say bump it," and he goes, "What the fuck?"
Dude, he probably like drives his Lamborghini like into the fucking gas station, throws the keys at the guy, and is just like pump it.
No, I bet you what happens is he goes to the gas station, he throws the keys at the guy, and before he gets a chance to say anything, the guy recognises him and goes, "Bump it."
Holy fuck.
Probably tells him to fuck off. Not another one.
He for
Is he
sure
even
knows
French?
that meme
Dude,
exists.
Tasty almost crashed my computer again. This fucking thing's dog shit.
Is he even? Are they even French? Those twins or what? Or
I
are they
have no
twins or
clue.
Brothers.
I
The
don't
last name is Bogdanov, something like that.
They are French. They're French television presenters.
Dude, something's going on here, man. Fucking traffic is stopped. There's a ton of cops and there's a ton of helicopters in the sky right now.
Or protest?
I love Chicago.
You go up to
I
him
don't
and you
know.
go, "Hey, va te faire enculer," which means go fuck yourself in Italian. I mean in French.
Yo, so if I wanted to roll my contracts down, that's like booking a loss, right? If I'm changing my 125s into 122s and I'm already down.
That is like, instead of, so like, let's say you got an Apple, right? You got the 125s, and then it started nuking, so you're losing money, but you wanted to buy the dip. Instead of adding to your 125s, you could change them into like 122s or 120s, and that increases your delta. So it makes your position bigger. Does that
And
make sense?
decreases your theta, right?
No. If you roll them down, your theta would be going up. Like you're talking
Really?
about rolling them strike wise, right? Not date. Or
Yeah,
what do you mean?
strike.
Strike wise? Yeah, let me see.
Johnny, you really don't think that Apple could hit 125 in 2 weeks?
No, I'm gonna keep those, but I also loaded up. I have like 40 something contracts for the 11th.
So the ones, it lowers your theta a little bit, but the contracts that are at the money will have the highest theta decay. So
Like
like
I'm down fucking 3K today.
So if you go to like
And these used to be
120,
up 8K.
if you go to 120, it will lower your lower your theta. But if you also go to like 130, it will lower your theta. So both directions will lower it.
Oh, dude, they got the fucking highway closed, motherfucker.
But yeah, so like if you lower your strike, you're just raising your delta. And you're booking the loss base. If you're in a loss, you're booking the loss. It's coming.
What is going on right now?
Zach, if you hold them over the weekend, you're only up 10%. You'll probably be break even or red on Monday because of theta. But chart wise, it's not giving you any signal to close. There's no it's kind of rolling over on the 1 hour, but it still has room for support. It's not really giving you a technical reason to close. But if you don't want to hold over the weekend for the theta burn, then yeah, you could close it. Technicals don't look that bad. The only downside to closing them now and then reopening them on Monday is if there's a gap up, or if it runs really hard in the morning.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I always thought theta was like business day theta. I never thought of it like Saturday and Sunday.
It doesn't
You get double.
technically. It doesn't technically work on the weekends because the market's closed. But if the options market is being efficient, they're supposed to price it in on like Friday, Monday.
Okay.
Yeah. It doesn't technically come off your contracts while the market is closed. But they're supposed to be priced in.
IWM is pumping into the close.
Oh yeah, IWM looks the best. It's the one that I almost took that lotto on earlier. What did I say? That one, I think it's a 190? Yeah, 190s. The 188.
Is ES still going?
Pulling back a little bit, but then it's bouncing again. Snapchat sold off the last 30 minutes. Take a look. Snapchat looks like it's losing steam, but I still think it will see 50. It is running out of buyers, though. So it might have to pull back before going higher. It's losing value.
I remember we traded Snapchat just a couple of months ago in the 20s, like 24-ish.
Yeah, it looks like it's losing a little bit of steam. You might have one more pullback before it goes higher. The 1 hour is topping out. You have a flat top on the 1 hour. You're losing momentum, so it's a little bit of a bear div. It should find buyers around like 46, 46.50.
Jesus Christ, this fucking traffic is so bad.
Bit dodgy, eh?
Bit dodgy, is it? You on your way home?
No, I'm on my way to work.
Wishes he was on his way home.
They legit got the fucking highway closed. There's an accident.
Yeah, Rocket looks really bad.
CVS is back above 74.
Is it nice? I bought those CVS lottos.
Apple still moving?
Yeah, it's slightly over 122.
Oh yeah, that's a bad accident.
Facebook is melting downward. Yeah,
The Fang is red today.
Yeah, tech does not look good.
Jesus, QCOM had a good day.
Yeah, QCon was on fire. Docu's doing well too. Docu's having an end-of-day pump.
And Q has been pretty much sideways for the last day or two. ES is the one that's stronger today.
IWM's the strongest. IWM's on fire.
Deja, do I need to worry about closing this butterfly, the sell side, and the low buy sides in the money, and the other one is just kind of at the money? Do I need to close it, or can I just let it expire?
It's always best to close them.
Even if it's for a penny,
yeah.
$5, it's just not worth the risk associated with it.
Yeah. If anything is in the money, it's always best to close it.
Okay, thank you. But I have till what, 4:15 to close it?
What is it on SPY?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so. But I would be careful with that because your contracts, if the sell side's in the money on close, people are gonna want to exercise those. So I would get out of them as soon as possible if they're in the money.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a horror story with the Tesla guy because he didn't close his contracts. They got exercised over like once it closes at 4 o'clock.
150 grand or something, right?
Yeah, so once it closes at 4 o'clock, they can exercise you for like 45 minutes. So if they want to exercise you after the bell, they can, and you have no way to stop it, and you're just gonna get murdered. So there's just no reason to let your contracts expire worthless. You might as well just buy them back for a penny if you can.
Well, the only thing is if we had just a little bit of pullback, it would have been pretty profitable, but I guess I should probably be.
Yeah, it's 3:30 right now, so you could hold them for like 20 more minutes. But I would definitely try to get out of them. Butterflies especially, you want to get out of like within the last like 30 minutes.
Yeah, I just sold them. I lost $10.
I wouldn't worry about it. Yeah, it's better than getting exercised. Because with butterflies, almost in every scenario, half of your butterfly will be in the money and half of it will be out of the money. They're kind of sketchy in that way. So like if it goes to one side of your butterfly, like one of your wings, one of those calls will be in the money, and then two of the calls that you sold will be in the money, and then the other call that you bought is not in the money.
So it's safer if it's actually a little bit lower towards your lower strike than your higher one.
It's safer when it's not putting you in the money. So depending on what side you're on, the call side or the put side, it's safer when your sells are not in the money.
Got it.
Yeah, I always ask myself on situations like that, is it worth $10 for my peace of mind?
Yeah.
And I have to worry about it. I'm like, yeah, so I just close them.
Yeah, so what I typically do is if I'm doing like our little price traps that like me and Caesar do, if I'm doing a call trap, if I'm doing a bullish trap, I'll take it on the call side because those calls are going to be out of the money until it gets to where I want it to be. And then if I'm doing it on the bearish side, I'll do it on the put side. Because if you do it opposite of what I just said, right when you enter the trade, you're putting yourself in the money.
Yep, I actually totally got it. That's why I wanted to play these butterflies because you learn way more by playing them and
Yeah.
watching them.
The downside to butterflies is they are really high commissions because you're trading 4 contracts per spread. So if you're taking a good sized butterfly, like shit 5 or 10 contracts, you're getting murdered in commission.
65 cents a contract.
Yeah.
Not with Tasty though, baby. $10 max.
Is it $10 max?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
What
I'm
is it
sorry,
per
20.
contract?
It's either 10 or $20 max.
That's still pretty fucking high on certain butterflies. Because certain butterflies, your max risk will be like, say, $50, and your max profit will be like 400. But then you throw in your commissions, and you're instantly down $20 of your max 50. You're adding a lot into it.
Yeah, but like other brokers, like if you use TOS, like say you wanted to open up like fucking,
Yeah, it's both sides.
30, 40, 50 of them.
Yeah. So another thing with
Yeah.
butterflies is if you want to take a bigger size, you don't have to just pump in more contracts. You can just make your wings bigger. Dom, the 26 level on PLTR is more important than everything else, I think. It has to get above 26, which is pretty far away. '26 is November's VWAP. It's no, it's not November's VWAP. It's the anchored VWAP from the all-time high, and it's also kind of where your momentum will be shifting bullish. So if it gets back above 26, it will be going from a downtrend into an uptrend. It has to get back above 26, or it's just going to keep melting.
By when should we look for that to happen?
Honestly, the sooner the better. If it doesn't do it by like Wednesday, you're gonna see a sell off.
Okay.
Yeah, it's already starting to look like it wants to go lower because it's not getting above that 26 level. It has to start climbing.
The last 2 days, it's looked really strong in the first 15 minutes, and then it's sold off the rest of the day.
Which isn't that bad. It's accumulating, so it is finding buyers here. But if you look at the volume, it's finding less and less buyers every day. So if you're not able to find buyers at 24, you're probably not going to find buyers at 26. So it really needs to start getting some volume.
Yeah, especially with people trapped in it up at 30.
Yeah, the Momo is threatening to lose the trend on the 4-hour. You're already threatening continuation of the downside on the 4-hour. The 1-hour is threatening a bull trap.
People love this stock, though, man. They talk about it like Tesla.
No, it's definitely long term. This level should not be a problem. It should be able to hit all-time high, no problem. But short term, it's just not looking too good. Hey, Agars, what's going on?
I got January, so it's going to take a lot to shake me out.
Yeah.
Because
So
I really think I could make money in this one.
So in Tasty, if I wanted to do, I don't know, 20 contracts of a butterfly all at one time, the max I would pay is 20.
Is that what it says?
No, I'm trying to figure out what these guys were saying about Tasty.
Well, they
$20
do.
max.
They do have a max commission, but I don't know what the number is off the top of my head. Go try to build it and see what it tells you.
Do you have to pay that going in and coming out?
No, only going in on Tasty. There's no fee to close. It's $1 a contract to open, no fee to close.
Oh, okay. We're 65 cents on Thinkorswim.
Yeah, so it's just a little bit higher. So you're like 20 cents overall round trip. CVS is breaking the fake out level 73. You hold above this, $78 to $80 should be very easy. That's on a daily chart though, so it might take a little while. Even with the dump and rocket, I would still be green on the day if it wasn't for Apple or Smith & Wesson. Both of them are... Actually, Smith & Wesson's recovering a lot. Yeah, Smith & Wesson's actually recovering. I have 2 weeks for this thing to rocket.
Just posted a chart in a chat, Deja. Take a look at it.
Yeah. Yeah, so that wouldn't be a
Is
textbook.
volume, is volume right on it or not? Or?
Well, textbook tells you inverse head and shoulders are only they're reversal patterns. They're not continuation patterns. But it still has the same mentality.
Okay.
You break the resistance, it should fly. So
Oh yeah.
It's a bottom. It's a bottom pattern, not a top.
exactly. But what you would do in that chart, what is that, MDLZ? So
Yeah.
just ignore the left shoulder on MDLZ, and it turns it into like a bull flag. You know what I mean? Like if you ignore the left shoulder, it just turns it into a bull flag, and you're watching for the break of the high of the bull flag.
It's $30,
Right,
and it is a max. It's $30, and I can put in as much. I just try to do 40 contracts.
And it will go to 30 tops.
Yeah, between I looked at 20, 30, 40, 50. It all stayed at $30 even max.
Not bad.
No, that's pretty good.
Rolls
Yeah,
Royce. Let me take a
JMA,
look.
what would you do with those apples? If you had like, what do you think is a good strike for the 11th?
He's not here. He's driving to work. Stuck in traffic. I think Rolls Royce is hitting a big resistance level and it doesn't like it. Yeah, you've failed this resistance like 3 times. Created it here and then failed. You'd have to get above like 136, 137, and then it would start looking better. You have a very nice uptrend here though. But you would have to climb above that level. Maybe it pulls back, puts in like a cup and handle. Something like that. Or you could just consolidate for a little bit, then push higher. But yeah, it needs to break above that 136. But look at what it's been doing. It impulses, consolidates, impulses, consolidates, impulses. So now you're just looking for that consolidation. And then it'll pop higher. Unless the trend fails. And then look for the previous consolidation. It's been doing the same exact thing all the way up. Impulse, consolidates for a little bit. Pulse. But look at each consolidation. Each consolidation is getting smaller and smaller.
If you want the sacrifice, I'm out right now. I'm like rolling these down.
What's it doing? Oh, is it back below 122? Putting in a bulldog. If it bounces here. Failing the 200 EMA on the 5-minute though. Markets are also not cooperating. The markets literally look worse than Bitcoin. Like their lower time frame price action, I left Bitcoin because the price action was dog shit. Come to equities and look at the price action. What the hell are we looking at? It even brought back the Darth Maul candles. Look at the Darth Maul candle on the opening candle.
What's the Momo show on Apple 5-minute?
It was a bull div. What's it doing now?
It's just kind of showing that it's like...
Yeah, so this would be like...
if this is high momentum right now, then this is not a good sign, right?
So like this is showing that the trend is trying to shift from bearish to bullish, but the short-term momentum is not cooperating. So the long-term momentum is trying to roll over. So like if you zoom out, you can kind of see that on the price action. The long-term momentum is trying to roll over. You're putting in a higher low, you're trying to put in a higher high, but you're failing. So it's kind of telling you that the trend wants to shift, but the short-term momentum is failing. So it's pretty bearish. But if that short-term momentum flips bullish, then it looks good. Short-term would be the histogram, long-term would be the trend line. So if you look at the Momo on the 5-minute, look at how smooth that trend line has been the past 4 peaks. So it's kind of telling you that you're in like almost a ranging market, because the trend line is super smooth. When it does that like sine wave thing where it smooths out both sides, it's kind of telling you the trend is sideways or ranging. And then you can see each time that trend line is putting in a peak or a valley, it's creating a high or a low. So you peaked, came down, put in a valley, put in a peak again, came down, put in a valley. Now you're putting in a peak. A lot of different patterns. That's why a lot of people struggle with the Momo. A lot of different patterns you got to understand. So like right now, if the 5-minute closes like this is getting very bullish, because the short term is starting to flip bullish, while the long term is still inside that upper range. This would be considered a micro bear trap. So the bears on this pullback are going to be trapped if you break, say, 122.20. And we'll see if that plays out. It'll be a good example for the stream. I'm not in March calls for Smith & Wesson. I'm in December 18th calls. I've had these for a very long time. I bought them back when there was news coming out. I can't even remember what the news was. It was so long ago. But I bought them back when there was news, and there actually ended up being bad news like the next day, and I got killed. So I'm down like 90% already, so I'm just holding on to them. They're actually recovering. They had good earnings. I'm up 85%. But I would not get in Smith & Wesson here. I'm only holding this because I've been holding it. I was holding it for earnings, seeing if earnings would save my trade. It's not a very big position. I put like less than $300 into it. It was a lotto. It was a lotto that went bad.
Hey, Deja.
Yeah.
A position question for you, because I'm trying to have more shares in stock instead of just options.
Yeah.
Do you think it's a good idea to hold, like, let's say I have 100 shares in PLTR and I sold most of it when it was around $20? Should I keep like 10 shares, or if that's my take profit, should I remove everything?
So I have not been doing that kind of long-term mentality of share trading, where like you just hold on to some just for like long, because you've already made a profit, so you're like, whatever, I'll just hold on to these shares and let them run. I don't do that. That would be more of like an investing style. Or like if you're having tiered profits, so like maybe you'll close some at 25, some at 30, some at 40. But I've been getting in and out just to free up my capital. I look at it as an opportunity cost. I want to have as much capital free as I can. And right now it's kind of a scenario where my capital is not free. I'm negative on equity right now. I'm using so much capital.
So it's more based on the person rather than
it's more
being a good
I wouldn't
strategy.
say I wouldn't say it's more of like this is the right way to do it, this is a wrong way to do it. Just whatever you want to whatever style you want to do. Like if you're more of a conservative like investor style, then you would leave shares and just let them run because you're already sitting on profits to protect them. But I like getting in and out with my full stack.
Would you rather have cash as in physical like fiat or as in shares? that, let's say you can just hold as in, just over time, assuming that
You mean
it
like holding
increase.
shares in like SPY as like your savings?
Yeah, instead of holding cash.
If you had a stock that was stable, like a really strong blue chip or something that like historically is very bullish that goes up over time, you could do that. But
SPY does that.
it's not protecting you. Like you will not be protected. Cash, the beauty of cash is you go to bed with 10,000 in your account, you wake up with 10,000 in your account. There is nothing that can take that value from you unless like the dollar gets devalued, but you still have $10,000. So yeah, if you have a big account and you want to go, it's the same theory with holding Bitcoin, right? Would you rather hold Bitcoin or would you rather hold USDC? If you go to bed with Bitcoin, you could wake up and have more money, but you could also wake up and have less money. So that's just a risk tolerance thing. If you want more risk and you think something looks really bullish like SPY, then yeah, you could put all your money in SPY and just hold it. And then take the money out of SPY when you want to buy other things. That's another thing that I don't do. There's a style of trading that people do with that, that you're kind of alluding to, is like, let's say we take a bunch of trades this week, and let's say my weekly profit is $3,000. So instead of just keeping that $3,000 in my account as extra buying power, you put that into like stocks like Apple or Amazon or Facebook or like maybe some ETFs. And then that becomes your long-term your long-term savings kind of, or you put them into like really high dividend yield stocks. So instead of just holding that profit as more buying power, you roll that profit into shares that you're going to hold on to. That's actually pretty popular. A lot of people do that.
Okay.
That wouldn't be a terrible idea. I don't do any of those things. I just throw my cash at stuff, take the profit, throw my cash at other things, take the profit. But my style of trading doesn't allow me to do what I just said, because what I do with my account is once it gets to a certain value, I withdraw the money and pay myself. And then I start from square one. And then it gets big, and then I withdraw, and I start over.
That's what I do.
Yeah, so I don't leave money in my account to do that. I could start doing that. So instead of paying myself in cash, I could pay myself in Amazon shares or Apple shares.
That's what I have. I have a cash account for day trades, and I have 2 accounts with Tasty. One, I take money out every week and start over with a certain amount every Monday, and the other one is more for like long-term stuff, that leaps and longer term things like that.
Yeah, buying leaps is another thing you could do instead of buying shares. You could buy leaps. CRM, let me take a look, Jay. It's still holding that gap fill. That's the only level you have to worry about. If you're long CRM, as long as you hold that gap fill, you're bullish. Because this is one of those scenarios where you had a gap up. This is like a power earnings gap. You gapped up on good earnings, put in a distribution, came down to fill the gap. So as long as you stay above that gap, you can go into all-time high.
Deja, how's Apple's 4-hour and daily look?
4 hour, let me see my drawings here. 4 hour looks good. Looks like a bulldog. eBay just broke out. I already added to eBay. Yeah, 4 hour looks like a bulldog, so nice little pullback. If you look at the volume, this looks like take profit volume, not sell volume. All the sell volume is very weak. The highest sell volume that you had was just in that recent sell off, and we're already recovering from that sell off. So it doesn't look too bad. The daily, same thing. This pullback has very low volume compared to the breakout, and you're staying above support. So there's nothing to worry about in my eyes. anything above 120 is a bullish pullback to me. If it pulls back deeper than 120, then you're getting killed. Yeah, Jay, I can post the chart.
Yeah, that's what I've been looking at. Apple on the dailies, just reducing volume for the last 2 days as well.
Yep.
On that pullback.
It's because, like I said, it's the
And
biggest
it's way
stock.
lower than the buy volume through the actual break of the highs.
It's the biggest stock on the stock market. It's not easy for it to just go vertical. It does it every now and then. Like if you zoom out, it looks like it's going vertical, but look at this move. Like actually look at it. It doesn't go vertical. It pulls back a lot.
It's had 2 consecutive red days, both with lowering volume. Today's volume lower than yesterday. And if you look back over the last however many months, Apple hasn't had 3 consecutive red days since like July.
Yep. No, that's a very good point. I didn't even
take what you will with that, but it hasn't had 3 consecutive red days since July.
No,
and
that's
they were on lower in volume as well into a pullback.
A good point. Yeah, I think this is extremely bullish.
Deja, do you have a video explaining each one of these indicators?
The proprietary ones?
Yeah.
I have little intro videos. I don't have like the that's the video that I'm making this weekend. The one that's like going in depth on them. So I'll have that out this weekend.
Okay, yeah, like I'm looking at this Oasis trading suite one, and I don't know what any of these dotted blue lines or green lines or
that
whatever.
one's probably the simplest one. That one just colors, so it colors your candles based on trend. So it will color them green for an uptrend, red for a downtrend, gray for neutral. The dotted lines are what we always call pivots. So whenever you hear us talking about pivots, that's the dotted lines. And they basically are used just as support and resistance levels. But they're stronger than that. They're more like magnets. They like to draw price towards them. And there's many different ways you can use them. That's what I'm going to go over in the video.
Are there different kinds of pivots that are different colors? Or
there's just 2. There's the blue and the orange. The blue are only made on downtrends, and the orange are only made on uptrends. The orange ones are when the sellers are pivoting, and the blue ones are when the buyers are pivoting. So that's why they're called pivots. So the sellers are kind of going from being very strong to losing strength. And the blue ones are when the buyers are becoming, they were very strong, now they're kind of weakening.
And then what's the green dotted one?
That is, use that the same way you would use a moving average. So that kind of tells you if you're trending upward or downward. And then if you pull back to test it, it will give you buy the dip or sell the rally signals. If you kind of tap it and bounce off of it. If you look at Corsair Daily, it's a great example. And these signals are very, very strong when the trend is very strong. If it's happening in more of like a sideways trend, you're supposed to ignore the signals. They will still work. They're just going to be lower probability because they're meant to be trend signals. But yeah, it gives you a buy the dip or sell the rally kind of an entry point.
Yes. Hisul. Pump it.
Facebook, let me take a look. But yeah, I'm gonna make a more in-depth video on those this weekend.
Okay. I will I'll try to get a hold of you with some of the basic questions just so I know how to read some of these ones like that.
There's also little tips. So right click on your scale. This is for anybody in stream or Discord if you guys are using the OTS. If you right click on your scale where your price is, click the button that says scale price chart only. That will make your chart look a lot better. It won't squeeze your chart with the indicator. So make sure that's checked.
Where do you do that?
If you right click on your price scale, like wherever your numbers are, just right click it. And it will say scale price chart only. And that will help with the auto SR and the OTS. Because those indicators like to squeeze your chart if you don't have that turned on.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it.
Are you on your scale? Like, what chart are you
No.
looking at right now?
I got on Corsair. I'm on the 15-minute chart.
If you're on Corsair, just click on where what price is Corsair right now? 35. Just click on where the numbers are on the right, wherever it says like 35.
Mine are on the left, on the
Wait,
top left corner.
you don't have your price scale on the right? Are you on your mobile or what are you on?
Oh yeah, no, I'm on the desktop. So okay. Oh, okay. Now and then scale price
Scale.
chart only.
Yeah. Make sure that's checked. Yeah. And make sure you have that checked for like all of your charts that you're using the honestly any indicator. It makes your chart look better.
Oh, okay. I got it.
Another trick with the OTS, are you using a white background or a dark background?
Dark.
Okay, so with dark, just make sure your border colors on TradingView, like on the top right, where that cog wheel is, just make sure your border colors are both the same color. So I use black for a white background. You could probably use white if you want, or like a gray. But when you're using the OTS candle colors, if your borders aren't the same color, it's going to make the indicator look weird. So just find a color that you like and make sure the borders are the same. You could use black on a black
Borders of
background.
the borders of the candle.
Yeah, the candles, yeah. You could use black on a black background. It's just going to kind of look faded.
All right, we'll figure it out after the close.
Yeah, I can help you out. JJ, Jerusalem, if you're in here, Apple's doing exactly what I talked about. So you had that little pullback. This is turning into a micro bear trap, and now the bears are being trapped on the way up. And the Momo showed you all of this. So once you learn how to read the Momo, it basically read that for you perfectly.
What time frame?
5 minute.
I sold half of my 125s for the 11th and bought the same amount of money for 123s, I think.
Gotcha. Yeah, so what you're basically doing in that scenario is you're buying the dip because you're increasing your delta. So you're putting a more bullish bias on Apple by doing that. It's basically like if you're thinking about it in share terms, you're buying more shares. You're just buying more shares. That's all you're doing. Because think of every delta as one share. So when you increase your delta, you're just increasing your shares. Ellison, what do you think about MJ? MJ is going to be completely dependent on the Senate vote. The House passed the bill for the marijuana legalization. Now it goes to the Senate. It's a completely fundamental play. Technicals will be ignored. It's basically earnings. You're playing earnings. You're playing a news launch. I don't know when that Senate vote is going to happen. I think it's very soon. So keep an eye on that. Look at Apple. Exactly what I said. So now, as long as the short-term momentum on the Momo continues to climb, this will continue to break its downtrend, and it will go into an uptrend. So let me just recap really fast for you guys that are looking at the Momo, just to give you an idea how you could read this. And I'll hide all my other indicators for you guys on stream to make it easier. So let's start back right when the day opened, basically. Right before the day opened, during yesterday's close, the Momo put in a gold signal and it gave you a top. So you put in that trend line showing you that it was topping out. So you put in the top. It started failing. I didn't realize the close was coming up. There's the close. Did I forget to
Have a
add
good
to
weekend, guys.
RHP?
See ya.
I think I forgot to add to RHP, goddammit. I did. What's RHP doing? I could probably add this on Monday. Let's just hope it doesn't gap up.
Can't you add it after hours, or are you buying options?
Actually, oh, I could. Yeah, RHP. I think. I don't know. Anybody on Tasty? Are we allowed to trade after hours? I don't know if we can. But yeah. So the Momo had a little peak, and then it had a valley. So it was kind of telling you that I was bottoming. Then I was telling you that I was topping. A little bit late on that one. Telling you that I was bottoming. And then this right here was telling you that I was finding a top.
You use the Momo V.4, right?
Yeah, yeah. And then the short-term momentum was falling off, but the long-term momentum was staying high. That's telling you that it's still in an uptrend. And then once the short-term momentum starts to pick up, now the short-term is in an uptrend and the long-term's in an uptrend. So that's when price will really pick up.
Oh, you do kind of have a video about
Oh, the
this. I
Momo
remember
I do.
watching
Yeah,
it
the
a
Momo I have
little
a
bit.
really long one. That's the only one that I have an in-depth video on. The other ones are just intros. Because the other ones, we have really long write-up pages on TradingView for them. There's just no video explaining them.
Oh, really? Where do you find that?
If you go to your indicators, or you click on it to turn it on your chart, if you click on the little thing on the right, it's like a little, it says read more. It's like a little notepad looking button. Looks like a piece of paper.
Look at Tesla. It's still going.
If you click that, it will take you to the write-up pages.
Oh, okay. Awesome. That's great.
Yeah, the Momo write-up page is the best one. The other ones have write-up pages as well. I don't go over the pivots very much in the OTS one because we've learned a lot of tricks of the pivots since then. And I'll talk about that in the video.
The video you're going to do, are you putting, or do you have a setup video? Just set up TradingView, like suggested colors?
Yeah, I'm going to
and
talk about all that. Yeah, I'll talk about all that in the video. All the like scale price chart thing that I was going over and like the borders and stuff. I'll show all that as well.
Oh, great. Then I'll just wait for that video before
Yeah.
I ask you 1,000
Yeah, I'll
questions.
probably do it. It's going to be tomorrow or Sunday.
Okay, awesome. I'm really liking this TradingView a lot. Like my Thinkorswim on the desktop is such a fidgety little pain in the ass
Yeah.
to like change. Even to just change time frames. It like you click it and it goes away. You click it and it goes away. Like it's kind of sucks.
Now, TradingView is definitely once you get used to it, it's better than the actual most of the brokers platforms.
If you look at Tesla, I didn't realize this till now. It's going up. It's really shooting up after hours, but I just realized on the 5-minute all day and the 15-minute kind of is an ascending triangle.
Yeah, looks good. Gapped up, held the gap, and ran. Dom, are you still in the Are you still in your trial? The trial members don't get the indicators. But once you upgrade, you get all the free indicators and then the Oasis Trading Suite. And then the Momo, the Auto SR, the Auto Squeeze, all of those are quarterly indicators. So if you're a quarterly member, you get everything.
And then if I wanted to share this this chart, you hit publish.
No, you're on a Mac, right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the hotkey is on a Mac, but if you go to the top right, there should be a little camera. The little camera will be it.
Okay.
Oh, are you guys green or red on the day before you guys all head out? Green or red on the day? My green
Red.
streak is, I think I was green every single day this week except for today. So I almost had a perfect week. Except for today. Apple made my day red.
Wow, I was down almost 15%. I'm only down 3%.
Oh shit, those SPY contracts that we took are up 20% already.
I got out of those for about break even and bought the 370s for Friday.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, they're almost in the money.
Yeah, we're up 20% on these. I'm guessing they got a massive spike in volume or something.
I clicked on your pump it signal emoji. I mean,
Yeah, I'm with you, Jay. Apple made me red today. Apple and Rocket were my two biggest losers today. My shares are on fire though, man. If you guys are following any of those shares trades, not CVS, NPTN, RHP, eBay was doing well today.
CVS really pumped into the close.
Did it? Yeah, see, I bought a bunch of those options, so oh yeah, it did it really. That sucks. I closed my shares. We could have made a we would have been green today. If I didn't panic sell Starbucks and CVS at close yesterday, I would have been green today easily. But it's okay. We took profit on those, so no big deal.
All right, guys, I'm out of here.
Yeah, have a good one.
See you,
You guys
Caesar.
have a good weekend.
Dude.
Later.
too, man.
Have a good one, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna head off. Let you guys go for the weekend. I'm gonna have a bunch of videos coming out this weekend. I'm gonna make a video. I'm probably just gonna do it all in one video instead of making separate. I'm gonna make. Actually, I'm gonna do 2 videos. I'm gonna make one video about all the free indicators, and then one video about all of the paid indicators. And then I'm going to make a small video on how to set up the Discord notifications on Discord, because we're no longer using Twitter anymore. We're going to be using Discord for the notifications. So I'll make a little video on that too.
Yeah, that's going to take a minute.
Yeah, it's going to be a while. It's going to be a busy weekend.
All right, thanks, man.
Yep, have a good one, guys. I'll see you guys on Monday, and I'll be releasing the summary markets on Sunday as well. So be on the lookout for that.